Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Ryan Cabrera.
And I'm Alexa Bliss.
Temporarily, Alexa
Temporarily.
Bliss. Because we're getting married. So what are you going to be like, Alexa Cabrera?
Lexi Cabrera.
Lexi Cabrera.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go cash.
Yeah. We met because there was a rumor that we were dating.
There was a rumor.
And
It's like a Friends episode.
Yeah.
It's the one with the rumor.
The one with the rumor. And
Yeah.
we hadn't even met each other yet or really knew of each other. You want to start that one?
So we think, so we have like many different theories of like how the rumor started because people ask about it. And so I think it's probably because my social media team at the time, I was on, still on a show called Ms. and Mrs. And me and Ms. is a wrestler, WWE wrestler. I've been friends for like 20 years. And so I'm on a television show with him. And so I think our social media people started liking a lot of the wrestlers' posts.
It was weird because you know how like when there's like a verified account, it just sends you notifications. Over like the amount of like a week, I would get 4 or 5 notifications.
Heard it was aggressive.
Of like, Ryan Cabrera liked your tweet. Ryan Cabrera replied to your tweet.
Yeah, he did.
Ryan Cabrera liked your tweet. And I screen capped it and sent it to one of my best friends, Kayla, and I was like, okay, he needs to like calm down. I don't even know this guy. Like, what is he doing?
Hey, but it worked. So we found out that that was going on, and then eventually we kind of started chatting like, hey, we heard we were dating.
Yeah, because somebody made like an Instagram
And I was like,
account.
I wish. What's up? Here's my number. Boom. And we ended up chatting. We were talking for like, I was on an airplane flying to Orlando to play at Epcot, and we chatted for like the entire plane ride. Like, I was like, oh my God, this girl's actually really cool too. Because from that point, all I'd seen is pictures. So I was like, okay, obviously she's beautiful. But then, we love Disney. We love like the same movies. We both love Reese's Puffs cereal.
We had
I was like,
mutual friends.
yeah, we knew, similar like tastes in music, like all this stuff. And then when I was landing, I was like, well, it's been lovely, like, chatting with you. Let's like, continue the conversation. At some point, I got to get off because I'm landing in Orlando. She's like, I live in Orlando.
Yeah.
And I said, what are you doing tomorrow night? Because I got 9 shows coming up at Epcot. So I invited her to Epcot, and then
I said maybe.
yeah.
He didn't like that.
Yeah. She said maybe for a long time, but I stayed the course. I was pretty persistent. I was like, no. How about maybe we are hanging out tomorrow? We went and saw a movie. Just kind of hit it off from there. We figured it out when we basically watched like none of the movie, just talked the entire time.
Yeah.
We
And
were
then
like,
after that,
this is something. Then
somehow our schedules, because we both toured full time, both of our schedules ended up matching up. So we ended up being in like the same 7 cities. after
Wherever
that.
she was, like I just happened to be, which is crazy too, because our schedules are so opposite.
different.
Like
You
I'm
can't
on
even
tour, she's
plan.
doing wrestling, so the fact that we just kept being like together, and then she came to a DJ gig. I told her that night, which was probably the second time we'd hung out in another city, that I was going to marry you one day.
Yep.
And then now,
That freaked me out.
when you know, you know. And then right after that, then the whole pandemic thing happened. So we were together every day and
Yeah,
however long
so we
it was,
ended up
we
going
couldn't do
from-
anything.
Knowing each other for a couple months to basically dating for 5 years.
Yeah. At that point, you're like, okay, if we can get through this together, I think we're gonna be all right. It was quite the day. I had been planning this for like months and months out, and like it was funniest too, because every time like I'd be doing these different calls, because I wanted to do something at Disney, which is where we met, and I've been back and forth Zooming with and multiple conference calls with all the people at Disney. Every time I'd leave the house to go do that, she'd be like, "Who are you talking to?" I'm like, oh, meetings about, this drink brand that, I'm involved with. She's like, oh, okay. She's like, well, you're talking to them a lot. I'm like, well, business, babe, business, big business, I'm, businessman. And the whole time I would leave and she would ask me about it, I was on the phone with Disney people planning this proposal.
Like 4 or 5 hours at a time. And
Oh, yeah. I'm like, little do you know, I am planning a proposal for you.
Because it was during the pandemic too, so I'm like, everything is closed. Where are you
A-game,
going?
big business. Well, also, I had the ring for a while and I put it in this satchel. that I started wearing. So I started like months ahead of time wearing a satchel. So that way,
for a satchel.
yes, I didn't want the ring in my pocket or in a jacket pocket or something like that. So I started wearing a satchel with the ring in it so that the day of she wouldn't think anything was weird.
Every time he would wear the satchel, he would like really like put it over. He's like, "Bet this satchel, it's amazing. You can put your phone in."
Yeah, Indiana Jones wore one. This is such a thing. So we went and ate dinner. We had dinner at 9 o'clock. The park closed at 10. So we were just going extra long, which I did on purpose. And obviously they allowed us to stay after the park closed because they knew this was happening. She's like, "Babe, we have to go. The park is closing soon." I'm like, "We're fine. Come on, we're good. We're good." She's like, "No, we have to go." She's like a rule follower, and I'm the exact opposite.
He's very opposite.
So like, no, you're good. You're fine. But so we ended up staying to like 10:30, 10:45. I'm texting the people at the GM at the restaurant. I was like, "Okay, it's go time." Because they know, because they're gonna have, there was a song that I wrote for her called Worth It, which is kind of like our song now, which is the song she's walking down the aisle to. So I had that playing through the entire park when she was coming out, but I wanted it queued up at the perfect time. So when she walked out, it got to like the good bits, it was ready. So we're getting ready to leave, we're getting up, and I text Jeb, I was like, "It's go time, here we go. Get the flowers ready, get the champagne ready, have the song started right now." I had the exact second I wanted the song started. It starts, he's like, "Here we go, boom." Get up, she goes, "Yeah, I have to go to the bathroom." I'm like,
I had a pee.
I'm like, "Oh, okay, babe." Go around, go to the bathroom. I texted her like, "Okay, wait 25 seconds, who knows, we're good." And then she comes out and she starts going to the left side. I have everything playing. She's going towards where we came in, like through the entrance. And I'm like, "Where'd you go?" I'm like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Oh no." I'm like, "Babe, come." She's like, "You can't go out that exit." I'm like, No, we can." Because that's where everything was, like the perfect exit. And she's doing everything the opposite. She's like, "No, we have to go out the front. That's where it goes." Whatever. So we walk out, and then the song is playing. It worked out perfectly, and the flowers are there. And I take her to the table, and champagne's ready, and all this stuff. Meanwhile, we have a photographer hidden. Her other friend Steph's hidden, like they're photoing, videoing everything. And then we start to dance, and then and then of course I know what's about to happen. She thinks this is all just set up.
Because he just does stuff like this. Like, he's so sweet. He's a hopeless romantic. He always is, and he's a planner.
She thinks this is just an anniversary thing.
Yeah,
I'm like, "Oh, you don't even know what's about to go down."
It's 11 p.m. There's no way anything is happening at this point. You know what I mean? And so he's like, "Dance with me." And I was like, "Okay." Like, we're just dancing, and I thought it was super cute. And then he starts to like shake. And I was like,
"It's about to go down."
Okay?
Yeah, she's like, "Why are you shaking?"
He's like physically shaking. He goes, "I'm sorry, I've waited 38 years to do this." And I was like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah. So then, who knows? I blacked out, so I don't even know what I said, but I said the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then got to how it needed, and it was perfect. We started planning, once we got, right after we got engaged, we found the perfect venue, Kempa Villa, which is a beautiful estate in the Palm Desert.
Actually, rated one of the best places to get married.
Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous, like nestled within the mountains, and we're having the ceremony down the bottom, like where like the vineyards are, and then you go back behind the house, and there's a beautiful lake. We're gonna have cocktail hour, and there's gonna be games. We're gonna attend our cocktail hour too.
Yes.
Because we wanted to try to spend as much time with everybody because it's a destination.
Pictures beforehand, before anyone even shows up.
Yep.
And then people show up and there's a champagne welcome with a little bubble
trailer.
tap so you can
they
serve
can make
your own
their own
champagne.
We have live music like right when you come in, so that way, I mean, it's very us, like the things that we love, so it's not very exactly traditional of what you'd expect.
Definitely not traditional.
Our wedding has been deemed, self-deemed the
show, yeah.
So when you come in, it's a welcome to the show.
And we have big light up letters with a hot pink red carpet, so it's the show.
Yep.
Oh, and our wedding hashtag is on the way down the aisle, which we thought was kind of fun. My dress is a custom dress from Nedimid Jabu, which is so pretty. It's all blush. The top is all rhinestone and beaded applique with flowers and everything like that. So it's kind of a mesh corset bodice with beaded applique over the whole thing. It has the drapey little sleeves that are detachable that are made from the lace of the bottom of the dress with also the applique on it. The bottom of my dress has 4 different layers of tulle, which are 2 of them are glitter tulle, 1 of them is blush. So it kind of has like a descending glitter look. There is a long train in the back that's all glitter, but has a bustle in the back too to lift it up so I can dance and all the things. Instead of a veil, I have a Swarovski headpiece that's gonna go around the back that's floral and glittery and sparkly, just because the veil was too much. There's already so much going on with the dress that the veil would have been a little too much. There's already a lot going on with like pink hair, pink dress. I think the veil would have been a little too much. So I hate trying on clothes. I hate trying on clothes, I hate trying on dresses, I hate anything that puts me in a dressing room. I don't like it, I never have. So as soon as I put on my dress, it was the first time I would ever, 1, enjoy trying on the dress process, and 2, felt happy with what I was wearing. And I was like, this is my dress, this is it. And I got like a little emotional, I was like, this is the one. And then when I went out to show everyone the dress, or at least the style of dress I wanted, that was the reaction I was looking for from people. Like they all agreed, like this is your style, this is you, this is your personality. And then we got to customize it even more to be exactly who I am, which is nice. And that's the one thing everyone says. Everyone that I show my dress to, they're like, that's you. That is you in a dress. What's funny is any of his friends that have seen the dress, they're like, oh, Ryan's gonna lose it. He's gonna cry. Because 1, he's an emotional person, and 2, they said the dress is so my personality, and you can tell how much thought was put into it, that he would appreciate that. And he's already said, he's like, whatever you wear, I'm gonna lose it. Opening up the entire ceremony, instead of, we're not opening it up with flower girls, we're opening up with shot people, so they're passing out shots.
Not passing out, babe. They're gonna be tossing them.
Tossed
Shot,
shots.
shot.
Just to really set the stage.
Boom.
And then everyone's coming.
Get everybody nice and loose.
Everyone going down the aisle to Eye to Eye, which is my favorite Powerline song. Powerline being from Goofy Movie, Disney, greatest rock star on the planet, kind
how
of
we
a
roll.
thing. And then I walk down the aisle to Worth It. And
Which is the song I wrote for her, so.
yeah.
'Cause I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna get through this with, I don't think she understands, because we were talking about doing our vows, and I was like, maybe we should do it in private, because I cry a lot, like I can't help it, I'm that guy, whatever. It is what it is, like I'm emotional. And I'm like, I don't think you understand, like it's gonna be waterworks, like I don't know how I'm gonna get through it, and especially hear that song, because it's such an emotional song, you know, that I wrote for her, that with the second that comes on, it's just done. We have guys and girls in both of our wedding parties, because we didn't, want to do like, okay, we have to do this, and you have to have a certain number. So we have our grooms and brides people.
We have 16 each.
16 each. I don't know what's with that tone. Like that's a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's fun.
It's
like,
so
how do you
big.
think? And some of them are couples. Like there's the male on my end and female on her end, or the male on your end and the male on my end.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the hodgepodge, and we're having them all like they're not like just her side and my side walking together. Like it's a mix. I mean, the whole thing is meant to like bring out like your personalities, and we are far from just like normal and like that kind of thing. So
yeah, and then the theme is rockstar vibes, so everyone's dressed.
yeah. It was like, what's the dress attire? Like rockstar vibes, whatever you. We now describe it as, what would Harry Styles do?
Right.
What would Harry Styles wear?
And
that goes for male, female, whatever it is. What would Harry Styles wear? I'm wearing pink.
It's like a dusty
It's like
rose.
what do you call it? Like a blush?
It's like a dusty blush.
Pink is a theme
in our lives.
With us. We both love pink, so I'm going pink. We love music, obviously.
Yeah.
So we wanted to bring that, obviously theme into the thing. So we got all these old vinyls, and people can go. So there's no assigned seating either. So people can go around and see what vinyl they love. Like, oh my God, it's O-Town. I'm sitting here. So our centerpieces are like these dope cassette tapes with like old school like CDs where we can write remember mixtapes and like all that kind of stuff that she found on Etsy, which are dope. So we ordered.
And they light up.
A bunch of those. Yeah, they light up. We have
90s, 2000s cover bands.
cover bands, Take a Genocide playing. Should be
2 DJs.
DJ White Shadow is gonna DJ. It's gonna be wild. We're both like
Big foodies.
yeah, we love food. So we also wanted it to be more laid back and not do like, okay, here's a chicken dinner or a steak dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not really us.
No.
So we knew we wanted like cheeseburgers and fries because
I'm a French fry connoisseur.
She is. We got a heavy-handed food truck. Then one of our other favorite spots in LA to go to is Yamashiro, which is a Japanese restaurant at the top of the hill, like above the Magic Castle. So they have a food truck, and we're like, what?
Yep.
Okay, we need that. And then there's the Gastro Garage.
They're handheld foods, so they do like little handheld
like-
sandwiches,
it's a whole
pizzas, like
production.
little things, but they do it with a blowtorch.
Blowtorch, and it's like, it's like a show in and of itself. So that's
Yeah.
gonna be on the side too.
They have their own area, one more out in the open, because
Yeah.
fire. And
In my hair.
Yeah, a lot of hairspray in there.
Yeah, you don't want me around that thing.
And then
Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's.
Dessert,
Love Ben and Jerry's, because I'm not a cake person personally. I love ice cream though.
So we're doing champagne. We got
Yeah.
two
We know
bottles of-
people are gonna drink champagne.
Yeah. So we're gonna toast it. It's really about the celebration, of the moment.
Yeah.
Saying that we're now married, and so we're gonna pop champagne with a knife. I've always wanted to do that. Never done it. I've always wanted to do that.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love that I don't know what every day is gonna bring.
What?
Like if I wanted to know what the rest of my life would look like every single day, I would be with anyone else in the world but Ryan. But I love not knowing, and I love knowing that, I get to wake up next to him and bug him every morning, and it's the best.
Yeah. I mean, we're very she's always just down for whatever adventure.
Yeah.
I'm like, you wanna do this? She's like, sure. I'm like, really? Okay.
No, but I love our life together. I love that we constantly make each other laugh. We constantly are having fun. And yeah, I'm just overall happier around this guy.